What's up everybody, Fortexfiend here. Welcome back again to my channel with more content on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. And like I said in my last video, I'm going to be highlighting a free-to-play unit that I think would benefit not only free-to-play players, but also those of us who spend on this game. And I enjoy making videos like this because it really allows me to highlight like what the game really has to offer in terms of like free-to-play options, or like options where you don't have to spend either your hard-earned diamonds or diamonds that you bought, you know, from the store. So I really like making content like this, so that way it gives players a lot of flexibility to be able to build these units and take them into various content within the game. Before I get started, you guys know the drill. If you enjoy what you see on this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, like or dislike, and comment down below if you've built the unit that I'm about to talk about and highlight. So I am talking about none other than the free SSR development unit, G-Falcon DX. This is now available within the development tree for After War Gundam X. It is an attacker type unit that I think is really good. As you can see right here, if we take a look at its weapons, it has access to a map attack, which is twin satellite cannon. It has the exact same coverage compared to its UR version in the Gacha. Now, obviously, it's not going to hit nowhere near as hard, and this one can only be used at tension max or greater, but it has that option, which I think is fantastic. Another thing that it has is the twin satellite cannon, which has a respectable power of 5,880, and this one is the higher your MP, the greater the weapon power increases up to 15% at the start of battles. So it's favoring that burst damage style type of damage right off the bat. If we take a look at its abilities, we have increased attack. When vigor is max or higher, increased attack by 10% again. And when vigor is supercharged or higher, it gets an increase in its own movement by 1. So it gets a movement of up to 6, which I think is fantastic for positioning and all that good stuff. And positioning for attackers too can be very important, especially if the unit focuses primarily on range damage, which the G-Falcon DX does. As you can see, in terms of terrain capability, you could take it to 3 different terrains successfully, with, you know, the water being like its only caveat. I mean, but a lot of units have issues with traversing over that particular terrain, so it's nothing really that is holding it back. It also does have the shield defense mechanism, so it gives it some sort of mitigation. And then if you take a look at the details in terms of the tags that it has lightning fast, it has freedom, it has ace unit, which you could use this with the limited UR ace unit ship if you happen to have that, and it also has alternative series, so you can pretty much factor in what kind of team comps you can make around this unit. So it's very good for a free-to-play unit, and I know mine is not maxed out yet. Blame the game for not dropping enough of those mats. It's kind of a drag farming those, and I really hope that they implement a system where we can maybe exchange some excess tech journals for the ones we actually need. I think that would be an amazing quality of life. But anyways, let's take a look at the max upgrade. So if you decide to SP convert this, its attack shoots up to 11,352, provided that you do have the this unit fully max limit broken, not factoring in the other attack percentages that it gets from the conditional abilities that it has. And then if we take a look at the SSP, if you decide to SSP this unit, which being an attacker unit, it might be a good choice. Just remember that SSP tokens right now are still the most scarce type of upgrade item that we have. So use them wisely. But if you do decide to do that, its IR homing missile, its range 4, gets a power boost. And then also it gets access to another up to range 5 skill, which is the twin satellite cannon SSP. This one has a base power of 6,240 at level 5. And this one, the farther you are from the enemy, the greater the weapon power. And that's fantastic. So now it has access to that, and also still has the twin satellite cannon, which focuses on increasing the damage based on your MP. And then that's going to be, nothing really changes in terms of its abilities. But if you do decide to SSP it, I think it is definitely a fantastic unit. So this is definitely a unit. I know I say definitely a lot, but I really do think that it's worth building and adding to your roster. And truth be told, you should be trying to slowly max out, at least max limit break, all of these free SSR, so that way you have a diverse roster. But I love highlighting the ones for me that I believe, you know, kind of outshine some of the other ones, especially when they're free, which makes them even better. Now you're probably going to ask, okay, well, which pilot would you run with this? If we're strictly sticking to Gundam X pilots, which I generally do, if you manage to pull the SSR attacker that's currently featured on the banner, he's a good option. He also has a conditional passive where if he's piloting a Gundam X unit, which that's a Gundam X unit, then he's going to get the benefits from that. And he also has double chance step when he's piloting a double chance step. I don't have that pilot, so I can't really show him. Another option, if you're going for like Gacha, would be Anil L. I hope I said that right. As you can see, she specializes in range damage. In terms of her actual skills, she has some pretty solid ones with high speed and boost critical. So if she is piloting that unit and you're at Vigor Supercharger higher and you activate high speed, she'll have a move of 7 for 1 turn, which is crazy. And then boost critical just allows you to have a higher chance to crit. She doesn't have double chance step, but in terms of her actual like abilities or passives, she does have Freedom, which the Falcon is a part of the Freedom tag. So she will get a benefit from that if she pilots the unit. So that's going to be like your Gacha options. Now, in terms of the free-to-play options, it was really hard to pick one because I was trying to find a free-to-play pilot that at least had a way to increase MP to take advantage of at least its best skill outside of being SSP'd, and there wasn't any, unfortunately, so I had to go with Garode. Now, this is in the context that you decide to SP convert him, which we're going to take a look at what he gets when you SP convert him. So his range shoots up to 714, which is very good. He has lock-on, which is, I wish he had something else. I wish that could have been MP increase. That would have been awesome. And then he does have chance step count increase level 1. So you could use this for 10 SP, and then he'll have the double chance step to be able to utilize that. So actually, he would really be good because if you take advantage of the double chance step, then that's a way to potentially increase your MP, so you could take advantage of the benefits of piloting that particular unit. And then in terms of his abilities, he has increased damage dealt, increased melee, he has the Freedom tag benefit, and then he also has increased range. Now, another one that I want to highlight, but unfortunately will not get a benefit from any of the tags that the unit possesses, is going to be Shagia Frost. And the reason why I highlight him is, 1, he has an insane range stat of 836, and 2, if you take a look at his skills, he has boost range and attack burst. So you can increase the range of the attack skill you're going to use, and then he can also increase his damage. The only problem is that his specialty tag is United Nations Earth Forces, which, unfortunately, if we take a look at it, the unit that I was showcasing is not a part of it, so he's not going to be able to take advantage of that passive, but he is a solid free-to-play option. I still prefer Garode, but if you want to use Shagia, he's also going to be one that you can use. And then the other one that we have that's free-to-play is Lancero Dowell. If we take a look at what he offers at fully max upgrade, his range isn't the highest of the 3, but he does have attack burst, which again you could use that to your advantage, and then he doesn't have access to any of the tags, unfortunately, that unit has. So he's probably going to be the least specified one that you want to use, or least recommended. But my personal recommendation for a free-to-play pilot to use with the unit is definitely going to be Garode. And then if you want to get a little creative and use something different, you could always go with Shagia. But that's going to go ahead and conclude this highlight or showcase of the G-Falcon DX. Again, I think this unit is great for free to play. I love how they give us these free units we could earn ourselves and develop within the game. So that way we're not always constantly trying to pull on the banners unless you're a whale or unless you have a very happy trigger finger that cannot resist the impulse of pulling, because I did shaft myself and try to go for the Gundam XX and didn't get it. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the G-Falcon DX SSR development unit. Are you using it currently? Do you have it fully built? What stages are you taking it to? And what pilots do you like running on this unit? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and stay blessed, everybody.